gentlemen, Kiss FM, just say it with me, Busted, baby! Plies in the studio, ladies and gentlemen, what's up?
What's happening, man? How you doing today?
Good, man, I'm feeling good. How you doing?
I'm blessed, man. I'm glad to be a part of your situation, man. Being in Austin, it means a lot to me. I had an opportunity to come out one time before, but actually it's only my second time ever in Austin, man, so I'm glad to be here.
You missed the music capital of the world, huh?
Yeah, it's big out here in Austin, man. Rich, super rich in tradition, so I definitely, for my being a Florida boy and having the opportunity to come wail on this side of the coast, man, is always a great thing. I had a partner of mine that used to live out here a couple years ago, but I hadn't seen him in a minute, so it's good.
Have you had a chance to see any sights, or just, I know you've been busy and stuff, but...
Nah, I just been working, man. Right now, I think for me, it's always work before pleasure. So I always try to make sure that I abide by that rule of thumb. But at the same time, I do know I got one of my reps who's gonna take me around the city in a little bit, so it's good.
Right on, hit 6th Street, man. You said, speaking of work, this is like your 4th album in almost a year and a half, so you've been busy, right?
Yeah, I've been busy, man. I've been trying to continue to move. I'm trying to stay productive, man. I feel it's so hard. We work so hard to be relevant in life in general, and having the opportunity to finally get my just due when it comes to that. I feel it's so important, man. A lot of people depend on my situation as well as me depending on myself and trying to make sure that I'm in a better business place than I was, 2-3 years ago in my life. So for me, I just continue to work hard, trying to make good quality music and continue to grow and try to figure out this game called life.
I gotcha. What the name of the album is The Realist. It comes out on the 16th of December, right?
December 16th.
I was looking through your MySpace and stuff, and one of the singles is Pants Hang Low.
Right.
It's a good single. And it kind of got me thinking, and I know you know about this, some of the cities around the country are like trying to pass like some crazy law where you can't wear baggy pants.
Right.
And they're trying to make it illegal for that.
Right.
And then I was watching an interview with, actually it was Monday Night Football with Barack Obama. And he was talking about like, no, it wasn't with that. But he was basically saying it was a silly law. Then he was like, but brothers got to pick up their pants. You're out walking with your grandma, and you're showing your underwear. So you've got a single pants hang low. What's the deal with that? What is your
For me, I had the opportunity to work with Manny Fresh, which was always a pioneer in my situation. I was a legendary dude being from the South. And the record was, for me, it wasn't a statement record per se, but at the same time, it was everyday reality where I'm from. And actually, a lot of the laws that was passed were from Riviera Beach and all that stuff, which is not too far away from me in Florida. So I was very familiar with the situation, but the record was already done before that and it was already out. So for me, I just feel it's culturally, it's a different thing, I think, for a lot of us. You look around the diverse cultures and you see a lot of that attire, should I say. So for me, it's a lot of successful people that wear their pants that way. It's a lot of intelligent people wear their pants that way. I think you shouldn't be classified or stereotyped or judged
just on looks
due to your fashion statement.
Right.
I think we all got distinctive fashion statements, and I'm for all of them. If it works for you, I'm cool with it. But at some point, it's a lot of things that are taken to the extreme,
right?
When it comes to anything in life. So I feel like the pants hang low situation definitely reflects that.
It's a style. And the state of hip hop, and I know you've grown in the Southeast and stuff, and there's a lot of people out there that I guess if fans knew some of their artists that they weren't real,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
I don't know what, can't think of an example at the moment, but the fact that your album's called The Realist,
Right.
Obviously that says something about the state of hip hop, right? What does it say? About being real?
I think a lot of times, even for me being still a consumer and supportive of other artists, when I first actually had an opportunity to be around and meet some of the other artists, some of those particular individuals wasn't what I thought they were from afar. But I feel like that's kind of like life. It's kind of life, and it's life in a sense that I've accepted that one thing I can only do is control my own destiny and my own situation. So how I choose to go about my business as well as how I choose to go about my craft, I'm a realistic dude. Like I handle every song that I do from a clear understanding, and I'm real strategic about how I make music. I feel like I don't make music about actually trafficking kilos of drugs, and that's not part of my life right now.
Right.
You know what I mean? So for me, I think I'm a realist when it comes to me understanding about how important it is for me to be true to who I am.
Okay, so basically, if it's got to happen to you, you've got to have an experience with it before you go into the studio and record something about
that's
it.
That's just my choice. It's other people who do music differently, and I'm not knocking the way in which they do their craft as well, because it's a lot of people that are attracted to different areas and different genres of music, and I'm cool with that too. It's just on my end, I just choose to run it this way.
That's interesting. You say your fans. You don't really say that they're fans. You say they're consumers.
Right. I like to call them consumers or supporters. Supporters is more important than anything. I feel like for me, I think it's an understatement to categorize the people that support me and make me who I am, to label them as fans. I think when people look at you as a fan, it's kind of for me, it's kind of a downgrade a little bit. I've always followed other people's career, and I've seen people call other individuals, male or female, fans, and I just think people treat you differently when they consider you to be a fan. I don't think they always give you the utmost respect, but for me to categorize and label as a supporter, I have to give you the utmost respect because you support who I am, as well as make me who I am. So I think anytime you're dealing with a supporter, whether it's on the campaign trail, from a political standpoint, everyone values the opinion of the supporter, and that's just what I try to do.
So it's a business transaction. Supporters are supporting. Fans just kind of get crazy sometimes. They stop.
I just never liked to call them fans because my goal is to remain humble as possible, regardless of how much success I've experienced, and never let no one feel beneath me. And that's my goal with this whole entire thing, is never to make people, regardless of how much success I gain or how much I climb up the financial ladder, is my main objective, is not make people feel beneath me, and that's what I try to do.
All right, The Realist, Plies, and it comes out December 16th. What are we going to expect from this album as far as sound-wise? Anything different from the last three?
It's a great situation, man, because I'm still able to figure out, like I always tell people, there's so much stuff that goes on in society every day that I should never run out of issues to talk about. Like, I think day-to-day activity allows me to continue to make the type of music that I make. I feel I'm going to give you those emotional, hard-touching records. I'm still going to give you the over-the-top radio records that I had the blessing to actually produce, 2 #1 records so early in my national career, should I say, from Shorty to Hypnotize. From Shorty to Hypnotize to Bust It Baby. All those records were super successful records for me in my career. So I have a couple of those records on the album. I just feel like I'm one of few artists that don't pigeonhole myself in terms of making one type of music. I think I'm a different person. From 1 o'clock in the evening to 5 o'clock in the evening, I'm a different person. So I always try to diversify my music and speak from an honest, clean heart, and allow people to know what my struggles have been through in my life, and see if they can help you and be therapy to you in your day-to-day activity.
All right. Do you know where I can find a jeweler just like yours?
My jeweler charging me top dollar, so I can't free promote him. He don't give me any breaks.
So he didn't give you that for free?
Nah, he give me no breaks. So I can't.
You gotta get an endorsement by a jeweler.
Thank you.
Was it Jacob the jeweler? That's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, I probably need to get a real jeweler.
Plies in the studio. Thank you so much. Anything else you want to add in before we go?
I just want to tell you, man, the pleasure was all mine. Thank you so much for opening your doors up to me, giving me an opportunity to be heard in Austin, man. I really value it. I appreciate it. Never want to come off as an ungrateful artist. So I want to tell you thank you for having me.
All right, Plies. There you go.